Sorry. Okay, there we go. All right, I guess we're on. Yeah, we're recording. All right, it's December 7th, guys. So we were just talking about deadlines with the company, the 11th. So I'm about to place my big order. Teresa asked me about CDS. Shannon, do you know if CDS is different? Have you heard?
The only thing I know is they're just still saying that promoting the 11th. But you know what? If you need to CDS it, because that's being faster than the regular orders, at least on my experience.
Okay.
So,
well, yeah, that's what I was going to suggest too. So just realize you can do that. And so there's that. And then, so Teresa, we talked about this for a minute before, but Teresa listened to $1 Million Message. She's so good to listen to those hotlines. Kudos to you. And the girl, and we've alluded to this before, but the girl had a challenge to show 5 of her favorite products in 5 minutes, right, Teresa? Like a virtual appointment.
Yes.
And if I can say this, Teresa has really been frustrated with the lack of interest for her virtual appointments. And that's kind of been a little bit of a wall for her and all this. It's not that she hasn't tried or reached out, but it just fell flat a lot of times. And the same with Carrie. So Carrie also took a hold of this. We discussed it at Diamond Club. And Carrie booked some appointments, but she's not here to share. But I want Teresa to share. So how many did you ask? How many? So then we had a thing at our Diamond Club. We said, how about we do 5 fabulous products, 5 of my favorite products for 5 minutes the first 5 days of December. So that's what we talked about. And so Teresa took a hold of that, and so did Carrie. And then, so how many people did you ask, Teresa?
Okay, 21.
Yes, 21. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And that was even a big stretch, wasn't it? Because you had gotten so much resistance before. It was hard to put yourself out there.
Right. Let me give you a little bit of background. I had done Christmas cash that they needed to order by the 28th of November so I could do that order by the end of the month. And so the people who did not order or use their Christmas cash, that's kind of where I started with my texting. Because I wanted to remind them they had the Christmas cash. And so I offered them the 5-minute appointment and said they could still redeem their Christmas cash up until December 5th. So that's kind of how I did that. But I did ask 21 people or texted them.
And how many yeses did you get?
7.
That's good. I mean, look, we're all going, that's good. That's good. So tell us how it went.
It actually went great. It wasn't on the day that I wanted to do the appointment on, but it still all worked out. I had planned to do all on Saturday and nobody could do Saturday. So I ended up doing 4 last Friday. Then I did 1 on Saturday. I did 1 today, and I have 1 for tomorrow.
Excellent. And so tell us what you've learned. Well, mainly first of all, we say 5 minutes, but it's longer than that. So do you clarify that when you're?
No. In fact, I can send the text, whoever's on here, I'll send the text that I sent out. Hang on just a second. Let me see if I can pull somebody's up. Okay. So I offered them, I told them I had a fun new idea to show 5 of my favorite Mary Kay products in a 5-minute video chat the first 5 days of December. And then after I kind of reached that 5th of December, if I've talked to anybody else, I kind of say in the next 5 days.
That's
and so
good.
If we connect in the next, so you can still use that, but I kind of like the part where everything's kind of in 5. So it's 5-minute appointment. And what I do is I do my 5 products within 5 minutes. And then I kind of go from there and ask them if they have any questions. So if they want to stay on longer, that's fine. And so they've been being about 20 minutes.
That's still not very long.
It's not. And I didn't know how long it was going to. So I had to be careful because I didn't know how to schedule them. Like on Friday, I had one at 6:20. And then I had another lady, she wanted to do it at 7. And I thought, okay, that'll be great if I'm done. But if I'm not done, you know, and so I scheduled then the next one for 8. So, but it all worked out fine. They ended up being about 20 minutes. So
There was a question I had. Oh, you didn't have to send out samples. So
no,
you're not mailing things beforehand, so that makes it real simple. And
right.
are you sticking to 5 products, or are you sticking to your 5 favorites, or are you like kind of grouping them?
Well, I did, I have an abundance of 3D eye cream because I order the miracle sets. And so then so then I take out of those if they need a cleanser or day cream or night cream or eye cream, but I don't move eye cream very often. I don't know why. If they buy the set, they do the eye cream, but I don't have a lot of people reorder the eye cream. I don't know why. It's a great eye cream. So I have an abundance of those. So I wanted to kind of move those before the end of the year. So I ran a special on that. So that was one of my products.
Oh, good.
And then I did the hydrating lotion because they did the special for us. I ran a special on the hydrating lotion. So those were 2 regular line products. And then I had some of the Christmas line left, the holiday items, the hand cream and lip balms that I wanted to possibly move before the end of the year, before Christmas. And so I didn't run a special on those, but I showed the hand cream and lip balm, the masking pod set, and the mini brush set.
Perfect.
And so those were kind of 3 together. So there was 5 right there, but I kind of told them, I have 2 regular line products. I have the Christmas bundle set, and then I did the fragrance and the body souffle, because most of these I did have one new person who is not a customer, but most of them were customers of mine. And so they'd already gotten the book. And so they'd gotten a sample of
Very good.
so, but yeah, so those were kind of
what would be your number one? I'm going to open this up for questions too. So what would be your number one tip?
To pick your 5 products and get your information on them so that you're ready to go. And I also did like a little pink index card of like the power statement for the eye cream and different things like that. And I just had it kind of down underneath where nobody could see, but I could still see it if I needed it.
Yeah,
but mainly just to get your 5 products and the information on them, and then just go for it and see what you can do with it. But to keep it like within the 5. I like the 5 thing. 5 minutes. I knew I didn't have to be on long because I'm not really like I said, I'm not a movie star. So I didn't really want to be on camera very long. So I thought I can do 5 minutes and I'll do that. So.
Right. And you're building.
Yeah.
Okay, let's open it up for questions.
I have a question. Did since you said it lasted longer, did you tell them that it was going to take you about 5 minutes to run through the products, and then they could ask you questions or whatever after, or how did you do that?
Right. I told them that I wanted to take 5 minutes to show them the products that I had to show them. And as long as I did that, and then when I got finished, if they had other questions or other products they wanted to ask or see, that I'd be happy to do that. And everybody seemed really fine with that. So, and most people wanted to talk longer. So.
Yeah, I find like when I get on, especially because I have the gift of gab, and it might be an old acquaintance that lives in another state, especially with these virtual appointments, I'll just say, okay, how are we on time? And they're like, I have 15 minutes. I'm like, okay. Then or they go, oh no, let's visit. I'm fine. I think just asking, and
But I think as long as you do your 5 products in your 5 minutes, you've done what you said you were going to do.
I agree.
And then you can go from there and see what they want to do.
Right. Who else
Did you practice that?
A little bit, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
I have to.
Because I wanted to see what it looked like what my background looked like, and I did it in a different room, but and Traci had a really good idea. I haven't gotten it yet, but we had talked about, because I told her that I don't really have anything on the wall here, and then what is underneath there you probably don't want to see, because this is kind of my everything goes in here room, So, but she said to look at Hobby Lobby and get like what'd you call it, a canvas or something?
Yeah, those canvas pictures.
Yeah. And so I'm going to get one of those and just then I can put it pretty much anywhere, and then do what I want to do. So
Yeah,
that
my
was my
salon
biggest.
has those big white canvas and it says "Hello, beautiful" in gold, or I have a lipstick case on it. There's a lot of easy things to put up.
What are they? Are they like a curtain or something, or?
No, it doesn't have a frame. It's just the canvas that kind of wraps around the wood frame.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't, but they're not that expensive. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really cute. Especially Hobby Lobby, 50% and 40% off coupons.
I feel like Trina is our undercover Mary Kay consultant. Every time she comes on, she's in
I don't know,
a
Rita,
car
we don't have your
in
picture.
some undisclosed location in the dark, smuggling lipstick over the border.
I know. I'm here at Catch's cheer practice at the gym, and we can't be inside because the practices are closed. So I'm in the car. I'm actually under a light, but it's like out there. So this is about the extent of it today.
So Trina and I were discussing all this, and we're both really excited about it. And the thing that came back to my mind is right before COVID hit, we were all really working hard at those new beauty sessions by that national, and we were calling them beauty sessions where we all would gather around the table, and we had a color session or a hydro session or a skincare session. And so in my mind, I'm taking these 5 favorite products and I'm like, you can make little systems out of that. Would you like to see 5 of my favorite hydro sessions or, moisturizing products? Would you like to see skincare? Would you, my 5 favorite color? I mean, guys, we can really take this and run with it. I'm super excited. And I love what you said in the next 5 days, because then it gives it a time limit and we're not mailing samples. And I just think it's a great thing to wrap your head around and think about and start planning for the new year, even if you don't do it in December, because we all know these next 2 weeks is going to be crazy in December. But tell me your thoughts on that when I start expanding that, what you think of that.
Well, I think it's really great because cost-wise, nobody's sending out samples. And how many women shop online or from a video or a Facebook video or a little promo or a commercial, and they buy stuff. And we've got the guarantee. Other stores don't have that.
Right.
Like, if they don't like it, we change it.
Right. I did that lipstick video I posted, and I posted it in my private page, and nobody commented. I don't even know if anybody liked it. I sold 3 sets off of that.
That's cool.
People watched it, and you're right, I sold product from it, but they didn't comment. So you just have to be really careful that we're not analyzing ourselves.
You still have to do the work and put the work out there. If you're doing it online, you have to put the content out there and trust the process. Don't give up on it.
Right.
But you have to be consistent like you are with everything else, even though you feel like there's no response, because they're still watching you.
Right. But I think consistent and not overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And follow up.
Yeah, simple. It has to be simple.
Mm-hmm. People don't normally buy from my Facebook posts. It's very rare, but it's when I contact them, then it's different.
Right. Totally. So what are your thoughts about expanding this and maybe taking it into the new year? Let me show you 5 fabulous products for your new year, new you, or for skin. What do you guys think about that?
I think it's a great way to, you could even segue it into, a party or, however you could do this. It's kind of like a virtual on the go, and then you could, if they want to do more, you could decide to send some samples and do either a 1-on-1 or a 2-on-1 or a party, later on. But this could be like your startup kind of deal, where you just, you could build on it.
Right. And I haven't done this, so Teresa, I want to hear about how you close too. But after every one of my virtual appointments, I send them the e-catalog. So that's a great way too, where you're not out anything. So as a consultant working from home, when you start doing this, and then I always say, okay, so now I'm going to send you the e-catalog and you can look at all the products that we talked about tonight. And then I'll give you, sometimes I say this, sometimes I buy on the spot. But like I had a girl text me today from a virtual appointment I did over a week ago. And she says, I want this, this, and this. And brand new customer. So it definitely works. So how is it with your closing? Do you feel like you have that down? Is there a tip that you want to share on that?
Well, actually, like I said, most of mine were Christmas cash customers who hadn't used their Christmas cash. So most of them had the book. I did have the one new girl, and she ordered she ordered 3 items, and I forgot to send her the book. And then the next day she texted me and she said, I don't want this one certain one or whatever, which was fine. But then I realized I hadn't sent her the book. When she texted me, I realized it wasn't on there. So then I sent her the book via text and just said, okay, if there's anything else that you want to see or try, let me know. But anyway, no, I'm still working on that. Because like I said, most of mine already had their book. And so once I kind of showed them their 5 products, and then I said, okay, is there anything that you're needing Christmas gift ideas, stocking stuffers, or personally for yourself out of what I showed you, or anything else? And then they just told me what they wanted.
Yeah. I need to listen to that girl. I'm not sure if she did a closing on her training. Did she?
Didn't she say to ask for it? Was that her that said you have to ask? You have to ask, like
Yes.
That's a question we don't ask or something.
Right.
Yeah.
And we don't ask.
Yeah.
So a way to say that also is just say, so what was your favorite product that I showed you today? And is there anything that you would like to have me send to you? Is there anything you would like from these 5 favorite products? I mean, we do have to ask. You're right.
Yeah.
And we're not very good. I don't know why, because everyone else in sales ask, right? I mean, you go try on clothes and they go, is there anything that you found that you love? And you're like, no, not today. And they go, okay. Or you go, yeah, I want this, this, and this. They ask. Or I'll say, no, they didn't fit right. Well, what didn't you like about it? Well, I didn't like this. Well, did you see this? Oh, no, I didn't see that. And then I'm buying that because but it requires a conversation both sides, not just, and guys, I will admit I'm not good at training the closing. So I'm still working on that too. That's a challenge for me. Okay.
I do think the training with that girl was good. I listened to it the other day. It's really good.
Yeah.
What training is this?
It was in, I just went into Treasures and then I searched Teresa's name because Teresa had done the post and then the post came up. And then
that's a good idea.
There's a way you can go in and search on posts or something like that. When you go into Treasures, you can search on the post. And then I just said Teresa Ward and then the post came right up.
Okay.
It's a YouTube video
or something, or
Well, it's a $1 million message hotline.
Oh,
by
it's
Amber
that one.
Tanguian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know which one that is. Teresa, you said something about a Christmas bundle that you showed them. What was that?
That was the masking pod set, the little mini brushes, eye brushes, and then I had all the hand creams and lip gloss sets.
Okay.
So those are the products you have in stock that you would love to turn over.
Right.
That's good.
And so then once those are gone, then I'll have to find new products to put in my little 5 products. So
yeah,
which is, I mean, there's other things that I would love to do too, but I thought, well, I have this right now. And yeah,
we can do eye bundles, we can do lip bundles, we can do primers, and here's the deal. The thing there's a couple of things I want to emphasize. It's cute, it's catchy, and it's short. And that's what women are looking for. A lot of people are on Zoom all day long. They don't want to get back on the computer. I mean, we even kind of go, oh, it's a Zoom. I gotta, But the benefit of you doing Teresa all on Friday night is you're fixed up one time and you just boom, 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 and then you're done. But it's fast. And Teresa was really hitting a brick wall with her virtual appointments. She would hear other people getting them, and she said her customers were not engaging, were not engaging, were not engaging. So I'm so glad this clicked with you and your customers, because it shows you that it's still, even though you've been knocking for a while, the doors did open because you didn't give up.
Yeah.
So kudos to you.
Thank you.
And then Trina's right. You could even say, and when you have 5 friends on, you can get your order at this, or you can get a $5 gift card. I mean, you don't have to give away the moon because it is all virtual. It's unknown. I say this to Rana a lot. If I get on there and if I say, I'll give you a $5 gift card for every person you have on there when you have 5 people or something like that. I don't know what I would say. I'm just going off the top of my head. But then I get on there, and let's just say it's a $400 party. You better believe I'm going to give her more. I'm going to take care of my customer when they bring me people that buy. But we also, with it all being virtual, we do have to be careful because we don't know who they're going to bring, and we don't know if they're going to buy. And so, you don't want to give away the storefront. I heard a text message.
I'm
Lee,
sorry.
did you
that's
hurt
me.
yourself?
Oh, I had
I see
surgery on my
crutches.
foot.
No, I see
Yes,
crutches.
I had surgery on my foot.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah,
Well, okay.
I'm non-weight bearing for another 10 days, but other than that, I'm great.
Good.
So, yes, I had a cyst removed from my foot, so it's all good.
Okay. All right. Well, be careful.
But yes, those are fun.
I'm like, I saw those crutches. So
I
okay,
know.
so tell me, is this something you guys can wrap your head around as you can process it and plan it, and then, beginning of the year, because obviously we still won't be able to do face-to-face at the beginning of January. It's not going to switch overnight. We know that. So
I think it's a great idea.
yeah, I do too. Food for thought. It's not complicated either. It's simple. When it gets complicated, just like we watched Kathy Gilmore's consultant do so well. She's still knocking out of the park with her virtual facials. It's a lot of details. And even someone for me, I'm just like, oh, that's a lot. So I just think it's fun, it's cute, and it's catchy. And then, of course, remember, at the end of the year, if you want to move inventory, you can do your IRS sale that, Trina's notorious for. And, just take pictures and post them or send them out and let people know.
There's a little store that I've been following in Noble, actually, and they have all kinds of little cute, like, clothes and necklaces and stuff like that. I've never been in there, and I really want to go, but then I got sick, we got sick and all of that kind of stuff, so I haven't gotten to go. And they are doing like a 12, because I thought about us. I'm like, this would be so easy to do. They do it on Instagram, and they do like a 12 days of Christmas, and then every day, they post a product every day that they have discounted. And then, so like today it was, I think, a necklace or something like that, and you could get it for a discounted price. And then you also get entered into a drawing if you comment on the picture and they ask you a question like, what is your favorite holiday drink or something like that. I mean, it's just a cute way to move product. And I bought 2 things already off of that. And I haven't won any drawing yet, but I've entered the drawing every day. But like, I mean, I got a little something for my niece, and I got a little blanket for another person, and it was all really, really inexpensive stuff. And I was thinking, well, what a cute way to like promote, like maybe things you want to move, like Christmas stuff, or, even IRS sale or something. It's just a really cute way to, and I'm sure whatever they give away is like maybe a $5 little thing or something,
Oh, but we just love giving the gift, like your eye creams. Like if you have an abundance of eye creams, and
you could do little hand creams or whatever, I mean, but it's just a good way to kind of get people to,
engage.
Get people to your page and stuff like that, so.
Yeah. And I also think, we go back to customer service, first of the year, because, we all kind of hit January and we're like, okay, now what? Customer service, postcards. Thank you for being a loyal customer last year. Just take your customer base and go, what would happen if I just wrote 5 thank you notes? And, right now I'm doing my big Christmas cash, so I wouldn't do this, but you could even do a little pink printing $5 gift card, or you could do a little gloss sample that would go, if you put it in a card and in an envelope, you could do a gloss sample, or you could do a charcoal mask sample, and just wanted I'm thinking of you and enjoy the sample. Just a way to just continue to build that customer loyalty. It makes a difference. When I rarely get a follow-up text from somebody, and when I do, I'm like, oh wow, I don't believe it, someone else is doing that. So it's important. What do you guys think of that?
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I've sent a lot of cards recently because that's just the best way to keep in touch with people.
The handwritten note, Mary Kay was known for that. It's all throughout her book, and she's, she taught us that, and it's definitely a lost art these days. So there's lots of ways that we can touch people as we go, and I just want to encourage you to do that. And there's going to be a lot of things that we can do in January. I'm not saying we can't, but I just know it's easy, especially the longer we've been in, we can feel a little stuck with the new year and with the heaviness of the nation and everything that's going on. So, but we can be a sprinkle of joy. We can also put little confetti in there, and I just wanted to bring joy to your day. I mean, just something simple, and they're going to say, how thoughtful of Lee to send that to me today. That's what's going to, oh, you have to go? I love you. I'm glad you got on. You look
too.
amazing.
I miss you guys.
We miss
Thank
you
you
very much.
I
Hope you have
know.
a Merry Christmas.
Yes. I'll be in touch. I'll start boxing you guys again.
That'd be nice.
All right. Have a good one.
All right.
Shannon.
All right.
Bye.
Okay, so I finished my one book, and here I am, and I posted it. But this was in Jan Thetford's Boxer group. And the 4-8 principle is Philippians 4:8. And I'm going to look it up really quick. And my computer, I'm going to probably have to get up and move. So this is what it says. Finally, brethren, whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of good report, if there is any virtue and if there is anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things. And I had that verse memorized at one time. But, it's hard to be upbeat and joy-filled right now. It just is. It's just the heaviness of our nation, the heaviness of what the unknown, and it's just a unique time. But this has been a really good book, and so I just want us to have an open discussion, not me just talking. And you guys have heard this before, but I just want to reemphasize this point. Self-worth is not based on achievements, but on the significance you place on your life outside of your performance, on your identity as the one created and loved by God. Oddly enough, when you see yourself as worthwhile and valuable outside any accomplishments, you are better positioned to excel. So what do you think about that when it says our self-worth is not based on our accomplishments? Is that easy for you, or is that hard for you?
No, but I'm working on it. There's Louise Hay, and she's written this book. It's probably 30 years old now, it feels like. But part of one of her little exercises that is there to do is to just look yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. And, or you're worthy, therefore, or I love you, therefore, or one of the first ways to start it, I wish Shannon was still on here, is to say, I approve of myself. Because we're always just hearing that negative tape in our head about where we fell short and what we didn't do and that it was wrong and, oh gosh, I screwed up and blah, blah, blah. And then just why not quit and go home? So it's powerful to be able to affirm that you are indeed a good person. We're all incredible, incredible women. I'm looking at I'm not seeing Rana because all I see is Rana's phone. But otherwise, we're looking at six incredible women who have done a tremendous amount. And just, working with Becky, starting in September, putting together care packages for cancer patients. And then Trina and Becky both jumped in, and Traci said she would, but she was going out of town, to get some lotions for little gift packets that we're doing for 300 of the staff and nursing at Children's at OU Med. My friend's a chaplain there. She's going to hand out these, and 3 of us yesterday put 270 of these little packets together.
Wow.
In 2 hours. It was pretty amazing. They were excellent. I was just sitting there stuffing the envelopes. But it came together with a request through my Christian Women's Fellowship group, hey, can we help Karen out with this? Because she's done it twice before. I helped her the second time a little tiny bit, and I helped her put it together. But it's an expensive undertaking. She does it out of the kindness of her own heart. So it came together and we could put it together. And so there's going to be 300 people who are working on the front lines that are just totally beat up and having to deal with all the crap that goes on in a hospital, much less the fact that there's this pandemic going on. And it's the holidays, so it's even more so. So they're going to get a lightening of their spirit. And I think that that's, we're wonderful, incredible people. We have so much to offer. It doesn't have to be a huge thing. It can be a little thing.
Right.
So
Sometimes even a smile and a kind word.
it's a little hard to do the smile thing behind the mask.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
But yes, absolutely. Tell people thank you. I mean, with my foot, I'm real hard to have people help me. I think I should be able to do it all by myself. But no.
But no.
It's much better if people will help me out occasionally. And so, yeah, there's been a whole lot of thank you and much gratuity going on since before Thanksgiving, because I just had it done right before Thanksgiving. So
Yeah, I love that. But I think you're right. It's having our self-worth, and it's not based on accomplishment or looking at, that's where, social media also has really hurt us, because it's comparison. It's, well, she did that, and especially Mary Kay. Mary Kay is a very unique balance of accolades and heart. And way too often we compare our accolades and not saying we have a giving heart. And, it's a business and those things are important. But as we're closing out this year, I want you to really think, what is my self-worth based on? And I think we're all women of Christ on this call. And so we would all, the right answer is, well, it's who God says I am. But that's not what we're really putting out there, because I can allow circumstances and different things to really, affect my joy during the day. Then that means that it's really not of Christ. It's of what I'm seeing. And I think this year, that's some of what's happened. Everything's being kind of stripped away of what we normally count on. And so we're left between us and God. And we're like, okay, you are enough. You are enough, and he's just, he wants to be that, but it's us learning how to accept that. So does anybody else have any more thoughts on that?
I think we know that our self-worth is not supposed to be attached to accomplishments and all of that stuff, but that's one thing. Actually living that out in praxis, or however you say that, I think that's a whole different story, because we still beat ourselves up if we don't perform at the level we want to perform at. And I do, for sure.
I think we all do.
Yeah. So I think even though we know we're rational enough to know that this is not how we should see ourselves, I think we still do to a certain extent.
Yeah. Well, and if you really break down this verse as far as, his principle that he's saying, think of what things are true. Are you really thinking true thoughts of yourself, how Christ sees you? Or how you looked in the mirror and you didn't like what you saw, so the rest of the day you're thinking about that negative, what you call a negative trait. Whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, lovely, good report, virtue. I mean, we wake up and we're just hit between the news and social media and hard life out there, that we have to really mind control on ourselves. And I'm preaching to me too. So just food for thought as you take a break. Does anybody else want to make a comment? Becky, you look like you're about to say something.
Well, it's kind of like this movie that Janine and I like to watch. I don't know if y'all have seen it, called Mom's Night Out. And towards the end of the movie, the main character is sitting there with one of the others in the jail while her friends are all in jail. This is how her mom's night out ended up. And she's just complaining about how she's just not enough for everyone. And the guy that's sitting there with her is the tattoo guy and all, and he's saying, not enough for who? And she's like, what do you mean? Not enough for you is what you're complaining about. And that's what he's talking to her about it. And if you ever get a chance, see that, at least go to the end of it and see the end of the movie. Because that's what, it's always, we're not enough for us is what's the problem. We're not, and we don't see that we are enough. We are enough for God. He made us. He knows what we're capable of and everything. And it's not us trying to prove to everyone else that we're enough. It's ourselves that we get caught up. We're never enough in our own eyes. We always fall short. We're not that perfect mom over there. We're not this over here. Somebody's always disappointed in us. I don't want to disappoint anyone or whatever, but we just need to be satisfied that we are enough and be happy in that, and be, let our joy come from that. And that way God, his love would come out to everyone and to ourselves, back to ourselves in that way.
Yeah, because when that's what he's talking about. When we're confident, the things that we walk towards are totally different than when we are self-focused. When we're self-focused, we stay inward. But when we're confident and we know we have joy to offer somebody, or thankfulness, or a helping hand, it makes all the difference in the world. So I just think,
it brings into perspective what really is important. It's not those things we're focused on. Those aren't the important things, and that's what we get caught up in.
That's exactly right. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else? All right, so I want to encourage you guys, get your book. It makes a difference when you're reading something. I know it's hard. I know it's hard to take the time to do it, but I'm not doing it every day, but I'm doing it, and it makes a difference. And you get the thoughts like that, and you just start reflecting on that. So what have I been thinking of? I've been thinking of, COVID and how is it going to affect my husband's job, and how do I build up a business, and what and me. It's not on truth and beauty. If I'm not, I have to just rein all that back in. So I just want to encourage you all to do that. Okay, so let me tell you my schedule. Many of you know this, but my dad is having major surgery on his aortic aneurysm on Wednesday. So I am heading down to San Antonio tomorrow, and I will be there. I don't know. I might be there a week. I might be there 2 weeks. Of course, I'll post, and I'll have my phone and computer. But if I don't get right back with you, you know why. Keep pushing till the 11th. Keep reaching out to your customers. If you haven't touched everybody, touch everybody. December matters. And guess what? When Christmas is going on, and after Christmas, people are still going to need skincare cosmetics. So, but be thinking about how you want to start your new year, so you don't spend all of January deciding how to start the new year and decide about career conference that you really want to make something this year. So think of a plan. If this does not fit your boat, float.
Float your boat.
Blah. If this does not float your boat, then let's brainstorm. Let's talk about it. And let's just see something that would, because doing nothing is not okay. That's not okay. There are things to do, and we just have to kind of brainstorm and think of things. But I think this is a real creative, wonderful way. Let's keep everybody in our prayers. Like I said, Franny, they've had COVID and they're sick, and they're not terrible, but miserable. How's that? Miserable. Yeah. So, but I love you. I'm sorry. I just can't believe we're not going to have our annual Christmas party. But Becky was so sweet. I gave you a little shout out on Facebook today. So.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yeah,
I'll have to
check
go
that
look.
out. You have to check that out. And you guys are such a blessing to me. I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas. I guess everyone's just going to be here, huh? I mean, once I get back from Texas, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. So.
Yeah.
But
well, my brother and his wife are coming for New Year's Eve. One of my nieces may come up with her husband. So, yay!
Very good. Very
I'll have
good. That'll
somebody
be
stay up to midnight with me.
I'm the one that doesn't stay up to midnight. I'm sure you guys have all figured that out. So. All right, guys. Many blessings to you. Thank you for being on, and we're just going to keep going, put one foot in front of the other. Listen, when you pick out your 5 favorite products, let me know. We're gonna race with this in January, so just know that I'm gonna come up with some challenge for us to do this.
Okay.
So it's more fun to run together.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Love y'all.
Thank you.
Merry
Love
Christmas.
you. Thanks. Bye. Merry Christmas.
Bye. Merry Christmas.
Bye.